What's up? What's up, everybody? Check 1 2 1 2. Give me a check.
Check,
Check 1 2 1 2.
check, 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 check.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Do you need that sticky note, or you got it?
Which sticky note?
The sticky note of the topics.
Oh, I got them. I got them right in my pocket. But you know what I do need, actually? Give me 1 second. Keep talking.
Hello. How are y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? You
Introduce us to yourself, what you do, who you are, what you stand for, what you stand against.
yeah, no politics. Please, no politics at the table. You ever do that? Okay, hello, I'm Logan.
Oh! I'm just kidding.
Well, that was
Got
funny.
him.
Oh! It sounded like Kermit the Frog.
I was going more for animal. You know animal?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know animal?
Oh.
Yeah, he's a drummer. And who would you be? I guess you wouldn't be Oscar the Grouch. You got too good of energy coming off you.
I don't know. I always liked Elmo when I was little.
Yeah, you could be Elmo, or maybe like I was thinking, what's the guy? The Count.
The Count.
You could be the Count.
Yeah, I guess so. Or the Cookie Monster.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I think Cookie Monster perfectly matches.
Or a Telly. We'll be Telly.
Telly. Which one is that? Like Teletubbies?
The purple one with the orange nose.
Purple one with the orange nose.
Yeah.
Purple one with the orange nose. I don't know if I remember that one.
Okay. There's Big Bird, and then there's Stumpy.
I think Cookie Monster. I think we perfectly encapsulated your whole ethos with Cookie Monster. I think Blackmail Damage is perfectly described as Cookie Monster meets animal.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but okay, so today we're gonna be talking about the album drop. You know, we got both halves of Blackmail Damage here for this album drop pod. We're gonna be celebrating the album drop. Let's give a toast real quick.
Yes, sir.
Yep, we got some coffee. Have you ever gotten too high from caffeine?
Oh yeah, actually, I had a 5-hour energy, and I ended up having to sit down for a little bit because it was too much caffeine.
So that doesn't make any sense. You think with a 5-hour energy, you wouldn't be sitting down. You think that it would make you want to stand up.
Well, no, because it was like, my vision just started getting blurry.
Yeah, that's probably a sign that you're like seconds away from stroking out.
Yeah, I had to sit down. I was freaking out. I thought I was gonna die or something.
Where were you?
I was at work, and I was working at the grocery store in the HEB in the Woodlands at the time.
So wait, why were you taking a 5-hour energy to begin with?
I don't know. I was young and stupid.
You needed energy for at least 5 hours.
I was always working 6-hour shifts, so yeah, there you go. And I don't know. I guess that part of me is over. I gotta take a break from it or something. Yeah. I haven't had one since then. I'll drink Red Bulls every now and then. That was only because if I'm at a venue and I had just got done playing a show and I'm getting tired, I'm gonna have to drink one in order to stay awake while I'm on the drive home,
So 5-hour energy made you sick. You had to sit down. You just had one 5-hour energy and it made you sick?
No, not sick. Not like throwing up or nothing, but just blurred vision.
Blurred vision and having to sit down. I would say I'm feeling sick if that's my symptoms.
Okay, yeah. I guess so. I thought you meant stomach or something like
that. Oh,
no.
I mean sick. I mean, I've gotten sick from nicotine before. You ever done a Zen pouch or anything like that?
No.
You never done a Zen pouch? Are you against it, or you're not a big nicotine guy?
Not a big nicotine guy.
One time in college, my roommates they would, those vape mod things that look like freaking bump stocks or whatever.
Oh,
they're
the box mods.
Yeah, I had 3 roommates that all smoked those or vaped those, and they set the fire alarm off in our apartment one time because they would just smoke it out. It would piss me off so bad because they would smoke the whole place out, and you'd walk out into your room or out into the living room and it would just be a haze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even think they could do tricks with them or anything. They couldn't even do the tornado trick or nothing like that.
I've seen people do those. I've seen people do rings and the little they would vape on a table and they would just do this, and then they would make a tornado out of them like that.
Yeah, we need somebody to do that at one of our shows.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Just hire professional smokers.
Hire
or professional vapors.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could hire Kaysen as a professional smoker since he's a homeless cigarette addict.
Yes, that one.
So a homeless cigarette addict. How did you come up with that? Because that's sort of, in my mind, that's like...
Okay, so it was before I met you, right? It was the night of Lightning Bolt. We were waiting for you, and Kaysen and his roommate Lance were smoking cigarettes outside. And I don't know. I suddenly came up with that after that.
Homeless cigarette addict from Huntsville, Texas.
I know.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
He was live streaming at work, and he was at the register where the cigarettes are, and I commented on the live stream, "Hey, smoke a cigarette on the job, I dare you." And he said, "Nope, I'm going against HEB policy."
Oh man, I do want to talk about the time we went to a Lightning Bolt show, and we thought that we got scammed outside, but we're gonna get to all these topics today eventually, guys. We're gonna do it now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're gonna jump straight into it. No, real quick. So you took a 5-hour energy. You got sick. You had to sit down. Did you get back up eventually?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. Felt a little jittery, I guess, and that was it. How
much caffeine is in one of those? Can't be that much.
Well, it was probably because I had, I would wake up in the morning, drink a couple cups of coffee before I go to school, and then my routine was go to school and then go back home for a little bit and then go to work, right?
Yeah.
So that must have been what happened.
So you had coffee and then 5-hour energy?
Coffee in the morning, but then I would usually drink a 5-hour energy just to keep myself going.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, I get you.
And I guess I wasn't paying attention to the amount I had at the time.
Yeah, I remember one time I was working at an airport, fueling airplanes, and my buddy, he gave me a Zen, which I never smoked cigarettes. I never did any kind of nicotine. And my buddy gives me a Zen. It was like a 6 or a 9 milligram. And dude, that thing laid me out. Like I was like green in the face instantly, just instantly sick, laid out, getting chills all over my body, hot, sweating.
Oh yeah.
Freaking out.
Yeah. When I was like 14, I had 3 Monsters and a Red Bull, and I was sick to my stomach all night long. I couldn't sleep. And finally when I went to sleep, I ended up feeling better. And I had always wondered, I used to see kids in school drink those and nothing would happen to them. And I had always wondered why my parents never let me drink those as a kid.
Yeah, but you said you drank 3.
I think so. No, 2 or 3 Monsters and then a Red Bull and then... yeah, that was bad. That was bad idea. I'm no kidding. That's probably the equivalent of, I don't know, like, that could be anywhere from... Like 50 cups of coffee, I guess?
Well, it's a cup of coffee is like... almost the same as like 1 Monster. I think a Monster is a little bit more than a cup of coffee. So I think you probably drank the equivalent of like, 0.7 grams of caffeine or something like that. Probably something crazy. I can drink a lot of coffee though. I can probably drink like 8 cups a day and be fine.
Oh yeah.
But I'm kind of I've been in the coffee game for a minute.
Oh yeah. But yeah, after that, I had always wondered why my parents never let me drink those. Now I see why.
Yeah. Maybe if they would have started you on them when you were young, then you could have built up a tolerance and you could have avoided that.
Yeah, probably. I had been drinking coffee in the morning since I was in the 7th grade, and it was all because my grandmother introduced me to it.
Really? Have you ever seen what happens if you pour Red Bull into like milk?
What?
Yeah, because I was at a cross country meet one time, and an ex-girlfriend, her dad was like a bodybuilder.
Uh-huh.
And some kid was drinking a Monster or a Red Bull, and he goes, "Hey, you know what happens when you drink those, right?" And the kid was like, "What?" And he said, "Pour some into some milk and see what it does. See what it does." And so, pretty much what happens when you pour a Red Bull into some milk is the milk will instantly start curdling. Yeah, like.
Oh, and he threw up.
Well, I don't know if he threw up. I mean, kids. It was cross country. Kids were throwing up left and right.
Oh.
But, yeah. I mean. I when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe there's something nefarious that they're putting in these drinks, making it curdle. But also, I drink Red Bull now, so I don't really care. It's more of a sparing thing for me. Not that this is the most interesting thing that people could be listening to right now. Anyways, let's get to the real meat, the real meat and potatoes and tomatoes of today's podcast, which is
album drop, right?
yes, the album drop. Guys, Blackmail Damage just dropped an album. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it. It's on Apple now. It's also on Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, and I don't know if people use LimeWire anymore, but it's on LimeWire too.
Is it? You're lying. It's not.
I don't know.
Okay.
My sister had it.
On LimeWire?
Yeah, my sister had LimeWire.
Oh, she had LimeWire. Well, to ask her if she can get Blackmail Damage on LimeWire. That'd be pretty sick.
I have to go back in time first before I do that.
So with this album, our main goal kind of was to just get something out as quick as possible. We did quite a few takes of everything, and I think I fell into a bit of a perfectionist streak with it, and I think that was not good. I think Logan helped me get over the hump and just be like, hey, we don't need any more takes. Let's just publish what we have. And I think it was a good thing. The album, the production style on it is very DIY. We didn't do any kind of studio stuff. Pretty much everything was filmed or recorded right here in this garage. And we just did everything through that Zoom, some XLR cables, and mics we had available. And I think it's pretty good. You guys should go check it out.
I think it sounds good. I was actually listening to the whole album on the way here.
Yeah.
Actually.
Do you have a personal favorite from the album?
Paleontology. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like how that one turned out.
I like that one because I'm a big fan of just improvisation with anything.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's that element of surprise and that willingness to just say, like, screw it, we'll see what happens, with some structure, with some form. We don't want to just try to like come up with a song on the spot, like at a show or something.
Yeah,
it'd be great if we could do that, but I've always liked to have it like in my sets, whether it be Blackmail Damage or Gore's, like at least one song where we like heavily improvise. But I feel like so far Blackmail Damage has been much more improvisational than Gore's was. Gore's was always super. I mean, we did a lot of improv with Gore's, but I feel like with Blackmail Damage, like every song we're kind of dipping off into uncharted territory a little bit, which I like.
Yeah, we're doing, both structurally and just improvisation, doing wherever we want, as long as we're like getting the timing right on certain sets of bars and stuff.
Yeah. So you sent the album, you DM'd the link of the album to Lightning Bolt bassist Brian Gibson, and he replied.
Yeah, he replied, nice.
Yeah, that
was it.
Yeah. What were you kind of hoping he would say?
I don't know. I do send stuff to both Chippendale and Gibson. I don't really get nothing back. I guess they're too busy. But yeah, maybe I at least hope that they listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, or even just one song. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I DM'd both of them after you had mentioned.
I also DM'd the Daikaiju. They said that it sounds great. I'm gonna listen.
Nice, right on. Yeah, with Lightning Bolt, man, I feel like I've been a fan of Lightning Bolt for like a while now. That's probably my favorite band of all time. And me and you actually, wasn't it like the first time that me and you ever hung out was at a Lightning Bolt show?
Yes.
Yeah, because we didn't know each other before then.
Yeah, we didn't know each other. So Kaysen was the one that introduced me to Lightning Bolt. It was at work. He talked about the Bad Brains first, and then Lightning Bolt. And then I looked them up. And when I looked up Lightning Bolt, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like the scariest shit I've ever seen. Guy wearing a mask that is like Slipknot or something.
Yeah, it's made out of like torn up t-shirts and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking like duct tape or something.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit of both.
And then he tapes a microphone into his mask?
Yeah, he tapes it's specifically, I'm about to spurg out about Lightning Bolt real quick because I just love this band. It's like the specific type of microphone that you can only find in payphones.
Really?
Yes, because it's
payphones.
It's like a microphone that it's like hooked up to a wire, and you can just easily kind of. Yeah. And he also says, I think he said before in an interview that he kind of likes how distorted and garbled it sounds.
Oh yeah.
You know,
One of the singers of TV Dolls uses a phone as a vocals.
really. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a plug-in phone. It's
That's
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I'm a big fan of kind of mutant type instruments. Like, and same with Lightning Bolt, the bassist Brian Gibson. He does a bass that's like, it's like a five string bass, but he'll do like 3 bass strings, and then the bottom 2 strings are banjo strings.
Oh really? I
Yeah,
heard they were banjo strings.
yeah. I think that's cool. I just love stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's what I love. There's all kinds of music out there. There's all kinds of things you can do
Right.
with music. It doesn't have to be, a standard way of doing it. You just, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
you're in your own world basically.
Yeah. And I think one thing that drew me to Lightning Bolt was that they were so jazzy, but at the same time they were like hard, kind of like a metal band is hard, but then they're also kind of jazzy and improvisational. But then also I really love how melodic they are. Like, I think Brian Gibson, when it comes to his choice of melody a lot of times and his choice of like rhythm patterns and stuff, I just think he's great.
Oh yeah.
And then like it seems like Brian Chippendale, he takes a lot of inspiration from kind of like tribal type beats, and I just think that's so sick.
Yeah, when I was watching Lightning Bolt, the Amoeba Records interview,
Yeah,
he had an album that was like tribal stuff. That's where he get his inspiration from.
Yeah, didn't he? I think it might be the same. It's the What's in My Bag.
Yes, What's in My Bag.
We should record a What's in My Bag for Blackmail Damage.
Oh, that would be fucking neat,
dude. You want to do that?
Oh yeah.
All right, let me write that down. That's actually a good idea. I like that.
Can we?
Easily. I mean, I got this camera. We got all this stuff. We could go do it. We could probably go do it at like the place here in town, or we could
the volume music.
We could drive to Houston.
Oh yeah,
doesn't matter.
Do that.
But have you seen on that same interview with Brian Chippendale where he says that he got a record? It was some drumming record or something, and he said he put it on, and it was like an advertisement for a horse tranquilizer. It started playing like a 45-minute advertisement infomercial for horse tranquilizer, and he was like, "Whoa, this is a little too experimental for me." he said he contacted the company later on, and they were like, "Wait, what? That's not what's supposed to be on there." So I think it'd be kind of funny if me and you put out a record. Wait, never mind. I'm not. I have an idea to tell you about after this that I think would be kind of funny for us to put out.
Okay.
But I don't want to say it on the pod, because if somebody else copies it, before we can do it, I'm gonna be very sad.
Oh yeah. We don't want no copyrights.
Yeah.
Don't copy our music. You hear me?
Okay. So just in this one podcast alone, I've got 2 pretty good ideas coming up. Okay, let's see. What else? Keep talking about Lightning Bolt, or talk about the first Lightning Bolt show that we went to.
I think that was the only Lightning Bolt show.
Have you
tripping. Been to any more?
No, I haven't been to any more.
Okay,
I'm tripping.
It was at the old Warehouse Live, at the studio at Warehouse Live. I've been there a couple times. The first time I saw them was the Adolescents, and I got a picture with their lead singer Tony. He's chill. And the Lightning Bolt, like they had their opener. I didn't like him though.
Cowboy
Boing.
Yeah, Cowboy Boing. I went and listened to him the other day, just out of pure curiosity. You ever listen to something and you're like, maybe you're not ready for it at the time, and you think, yeah, I'll come back to this. Maybe this is not. And then sometimes you come back to it and it grows on you, and you're like, okay, I'm ready for this now. When I first listened to Lightning Bolt, I was like, this is cool. I don't know how much I like it, and then over time, I grew to love it. Cowboy Boing is not that way. I try to listen to some Cowboy Boing's music some more. It's just not. I don't like the whole like clown aesthetic thing. That's just weird to me. I don't think that music is like the right medium to like be trying to be funny, or like, well, maybe I'm a hypocrite, because there's some things I like. Weird Al. I think Weird Al's funny, but also the thing about Weird Al is his music is genuinely really catchy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not to throw us into a little cul-de-sac we can't get out of, because I get the feeling that that's kind of a dead end conversation wise. But okay, let's see. Okay, wait. I have this good idea. I'm writing it down. We'll talk about it after the podcast. Okay, but so yeah, I think it'd be cool for us to do a what's in my bag. What's I guess are you like a big vinyls guy? Or let's talk about the Lightning Bolt show real quick. So we met at the Lightning Bolt show, or we met on the way to the Lightning Bolt show. And then do you remember that one guy? We were looking for parking. And that guy came running out of the bar, and he's like throwing a neon vest on, and he's like, "Hey, you guys, I got to pay for parking here." You remember that?
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, we do." And then he was
I
like,
had already walked across the street, and I saw you and Kason weren't even behind me. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy was like, "Hey, you guys need to pay to park here." He came running out of a bar, sprinting out of a bar, throwing a neon vest on. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know about this. I legit thought we got scammed.
Oh,
because immediately after he walked off, I was like, wait a minute. He didn't give us any stickers. He didn't give us any nothing. So I don't know, but our car wasn't towed when we walked out. I was really concerned that we were gonna walk out and my car was gonna be towed. But no, that show was good. One thing I will say is whenever we went to that show, we stood right front and center, me and Kason, like literally inches away from Brian Gibson playing the bass, and I was like trying to be very observant. And we brought earplugs, so we weren't so much bothered by the like noise levels.
Yeah.
And I remember a few times Brian Gibson kind of messing up and kind of like looking down frantically. And I don't know, it's kind of a weird, surreal experience. That's what I like about kind of getting into those more niche or like slightly underground bands. Not that Lightning Bolt is super underground anymore, but it's kind of cool about those because you can go to shows and it's like $20 and you can get like literally front row to your favorite act.
Oh yeah.
Of all time. It's super
compared
awesome.
to paying $1,000 to be up front at the pavilion.
Yeah.
Or at Energy,
Yeah. I went and saw Weezer at the pavilion one time.
Really?
I also saw John Mayer at the pavilion one time.
I lived like 15-20 minutes from the pavilion.
So you were hearing concerts constantly.
Yeah, when I worked at the grocery store in the Woodlands, yeah. And one time I got home and I could hear Foo Fighters all the way from where I lived, which
here goes my hero.
Yeah, I was about to get tickets for that show too, but then the lady had told me and my friend that they already sold out after a day. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
They can't pick the Energy or something?
Who's a better, in your opinion, who's a better guitarist, Kurt Cobain or Dave Grohl?
Well, I don't know. I know Kurt Cobain had these drug problems and he, like he couldn't really play his guitar that great from what I heard those last few shows before the sudden, death had happened.
Yeah.
And Dave Grohl, he seems to really know his guitar, like, because he said the way he learned his guitar was through his way of learning the drums, like the top strings of the guitar are like the tom and the bass drum, and the bottom three strings are the cymbals, and that's how he taught himself to learn guitar.
Nice. Yeah, no, for me, I started out on guitar and I learned how to play the drums, and I think nowadays I play the drums and I don't have much interest in guitar anymore. I remember no, but to me, I think Dave Grohl is probably more of a technically proficient guitar player, but in my opinion, Kurt Cobain is just such a better songwriter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know how you feel about this. Maybe this is something we could kind of get into sort of a little bit of a debate about, but like I'm more impressed with stuff like the songwriting ability or like maybe just like the creative genius than I am so much about like the instrumentation.
Yeah, I can create instrumentation. As far as lyrics, I don't know. I'm just not that great at it.
I think one of my favorite parts about playing with you so far has been that all of our songs, like I keep wanting to say Spiral Dynamics, Downward Spiral.
Yeah.
It's like the melody is cool, but you continue to develop it throughout the song without losing that initial what's going on in the first part. Like the first part, the middle part, the part after that, all the parts after that, they all sound very like structured across all of them, and they all like have they kind of like establish a certain feeling, and then they build on it.
Yeah, that's what I do when I try to create those riffs, and I create whatever riff I have in mind, and then when I feel like I'm ready, I'll set it up in one song and just make sure I get the timing right on everything,
Yeah. Well, I like that because as a drummer, it's nice. It's nice. A lot of punk music is just very repetitive.
Oh yeah.
And as a drummer, it's nice to be able to get to do different stuff throughout the song. And like a lot of times as a drummer, I'm responding to whatever somebody's giving me. Like with a crash hit, I'm like, sometimes when I'm playing, I a lot of times think I want to make this guitarist like earn a crash hit, because like a crash hit for me is like, it's like a big moment. It's kind of built up, and it's a change of like
yeah. That's how I keep track of a song that I'm playing, is to make sure I look at the crash symbol, be like, okay, he hits the crash, that means the next part.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's a good. I mean, the crash is honestly like a really good exclamation point a lot of times at the end of a part.
Sure.
But also too, one thing I really love about, and this is kind of returning a little bit to Lightning Bolt. One thing that I really love about Brian Chippendale's playing is he will throw crashes in at random points, and a crash, obviously, it's a big explosion. It's an exclamation point. And what's interesting about throwing it in at different points and leaving it out at certain points, and throwing it in on hits that are maybe not necessarily right at the end of a phrase, is like, I don't know, it just keeps people guessing. It's like, have you ever seen that interview where MF Doom is talking about how when he's writing a song, when he's writing rap lyrics, he'll rhyme something, but then on the next line he'll intentionally leave out the word of like the end of a line. So it's like you're expecting him to say this certain word, but then he just doesn't say it at all. It's like you're keeping the audience kind of guessing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like predictable to where they can follow along, but you're also keeping them guessing, so it stays interesting. I've always liked that about Chippendale's drumming, and I've kind of tried to incorporate it a little bit into my own crash playing, or like my own drumming and stuff. But no, yeah, I've always thought of the crash as like an exclamation point. But okay, so yeah, with this album, we did some studio. We're not going to call them studio. We'll call them garage tracks, and some live tracks. I've always liked having a few live songs on a record.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I like how the live paleontology came out.
Yeah, dude. It came out pretty sick.
Yeah, it was at the art place too.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I noticed that like every time I listen to our studio versus our live recordings are always faster. Like we always, maybe it's the excitement of the moment.
It's the excitement. We're just locked in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so guys, definitely go check out that album if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's called The Damaged Demos.
Yes.
From Blackmail Damage.
Yes. And the name Blackmail Damage, what for you does that name mean, I guess?
I don't know. I looked up the name Blackmail on the dictionary.com.
Yeah.
And it said on there threatening to get what you want by threatening to
expose.
Yeah, threatening to expose. Yeah.
Yeah, like Epstein blackmailed
to a point where you damage that person's life.
Blackmail damage.
Yeah.
Blackmail damage.
So, we were doing that 2-word thing, and it said damage, and then it said blackmail, and then we looked up the thing, and then we're like, hey, that's a good name, Blackmail Damage. There we
go. Sometimes whenever I think of blackmail damage,
yeah,
I think of like BMD, and like for some reason, every time I see the letters BM, I think baby mama. So like BMD could be like baby mama drama.
Big mama.
Baby mama drama, big
mama daddy.
All right, so the Hate Fest show, what do you think about that?
It was a fun show. And there was like more people over there. watching us than the other artists.
I
Because as the other artists were coming on, I saw that people just started leaving.
Dude, that band that was right after us though, Grundle, man, that their drummer like helped me out huge.
Oh, their drummer is a badass drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played a show with him before with his band Ladder to the Moon at 12th Street.
Yeah. He literally saved the set for us because my kick just kept walking away from me as I was playing. There's a lot of songs that are like really kick heavy.
Oh yeah.
And if the flooring's not good or if I don't prepare right, then it just kind of walks out. And he spotted that and came and like multiple times got up underneath it and like pushed it back up and was trying to fix things. He's pretty dope. So
oh yeah.
Shout out him. Shout out Grundle. Appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that the next time we play over there or anywhere like that, we should bring the carpet. So that way we don't have to go through that again.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, honestly. And then my stick broke in the middle of that little breakdown in Downward Spiral, which was kind of not. It kind of worked out to our advantage because I was able to keep playing, and it kind of.
I thought it was during surfing, or maybe I'm wrong.
No, because I remember. Was it during surfing? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I think the reason I think it was during Downward Spiral was because I was able to keep doing the boom 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 cut boom 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 cut. It wasn't like super snare heavy or like I wasn't having to be super locked in. That's kind of a more groovy part and not like a hardcore part. But
yeah.
Anyways, we talked about lightning bolts. Oh, so did you go and look on Spotify? They put our album on like a playlist, or like they put some of our songs on a playlist with like other songs. And seeing what songs they put us with really made me think more about, I guess maybe how our band is kind of perceived, because it was a lot of bands that were super dissonant, super DIY. Like the range in the recording quality was like crazy. Like there was some that was like sounded like it was, I don't know, recorded using like a potato, and then others that were like pretty decent quality. Oh, but then also there was some bands on there that had like 1,000 monthly listeners or something like that.
Oh, what playlist was it?
I don't know. I'll have to go show you later. But it pretty much just said like it auto created a playlist with Blackmail Damage songs on it.
Yeah,
and it put us with like Lightning Bolt. It put us with trying to think of some other ones that were on there. I'll have to go look at it, but it was just interesting to me because there was a lot of, I guess I didn't realize how much space there is for kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really comparing us to any other bands, but then I kind of was looking around at other things that are out there and that the algorithm put us next to, and I was like, huh, okay, this isn't too far off from what I feel like is achievable for us. And okay, so I was actually going to ask you about this. Do you mind reading really quick the from here to here, and then just
the whole paragraph?
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Just read it real quick.
Modern empiricism has been conditioned in large part by two dogmas. One is a belief in some fundamental cleavage between truths which are analytic or grounded in meanings independently of matters of fact, and truths which are synthetic or grounded in fact. The other dogma is reductionism, the belief that each meaningful statement is equivalent to some logical construct upon terms which refer to immediate experience. Both dogmas, I shall argue, are ill-founded. One effect of abandoning them is, as we shall see, a blurring of the supposed boundary between speculative metaphysics and natural science. Another effect is a shift toward pragmatism. What?
What does that mean? I don't like. What does that mean?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I got to do a book report on that pretty soon.
Oh, you got to do a book report?
Yeah, I got to do a book report on that soon. So I was hoping you would kind of help me out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, bro.
It's okay.
I know Dogma is a movie.
Dogma? What's that about?
I don't know, some kind of comedy movie. My sister watched it.
Do you think that that's maybe what they're talking about? Would it help if we jump straight into the middle of it? Hold up. Let me jump straight into the middle.
Oh yeah, how are y'all liking our album so far? Let us know.
Okay. What so okay, maybe this will let me know if this helps, okay? And then if you could you maybe just try to when I'm done with this, just try to like give me your absolute best guess of like what it means.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Two alternative definitia may be equally appropriate for the purpose of a given task of explication and yet not be synonymous with each other, for they may serve interchangeably within the favored context but diverge elsewhere. By cleaving to one of these definitia rather than the other, a definition of explicative kind generates by fiat a relationship of synonymy between definendium and definiens, which did not hold before. Are you sweating? Are you sweating from the paper, or just in general?
Just in general, it's hot in the garage.
Okay, whatever. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of words.
Maybe
I mean,
yeah. I mean, our music, we don't even have any words in our music.
yeah, I know.
Does that
I'm not
you?
good with lyrics.
With Gore's, I felt like I kind of got some good practice, like getting to do some songs.
Oh yeah.
My main thing with lyrics is I just try not to think too much, and like also one thing that's always helped me with lyrics is you take like like figurative language or like what is it turns of phrase, like common turns of phrase, or like common sayings and stuff. Yeah. I've always found it kind of interesting in music. I like when people do this, when they take common sayings or common turns of phrase and they like change them slightly.
Yeah.
Like there's a Hella song, Hella, another great band. They have a song called Kid Life Crisis, and it's like midlife crisis. But you know what a midlife crisis is?
Yeah, it's like you're 50 years old and you're going, oh shit, what do I do now?
Yeah, and you like go and you buy like a sports car and you like get divorced and you like download Tinder or something. That's what people do. People think about it. Like there's a way you can live your life where you can get to the middle of it,
yeah.
or like kind of and you kind of freak out because you're like, wait, what if I
mean, both my parents are divorced, and they're not really looking for dates now.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying every time. Sometimes people have a midlife crisis and they don't get divorced. I'm just saying sometimes people get to the middle of their life and they start thinking about, for the first time ever, they're like, wait, I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna die, and what if I haven't had enough fun yet?
It's like you were popular in high school, popular in college, you have a good time, but it's like as your life goes on, you don't see the same people you've always hung out with, and you're kind of just all alone. And then you're suddenly getting turned into this dark world.
And you go and buy a motorcycle. You got nothing to ground you. You got nothing like transcendental or like nothing. No.
You just go to a bar, drink a bunch of shots, and try to drive. And you get DWI.
Yeah, or you get away with it.
Yeah, it's one of these things where people don't understand. You're not always going to have the same things forever and ever. And people who don't tend to understand that, that will put you in a really bad road,
Yeah, no, that's honestly, those are actually really profound words of wisdom. I actually very sincerely encourage you guys to listen to that, because that is very true. Nothing that you can see will last. And you gotta put your hope.
Okay, so like in high school, I have known some people that were hanging out with the quote unquote cool kids.
Yeah.
In school, and it's like when they found out about me playing music and bands and stuff, it's like, I don't know. It's like their point of view about me suddenly changes. Like, hey, what's your next show? Your stuff is really cool and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than those people looking at you like you're nothing,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's that, maybe it's that before it was like maybe hard for them to relate to you, or they didn't really,
or maybe like a judgmental type thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think we make judgments all the time on people without really knowing like what is actually going on. But the main thing is that when you start playing music, people have to respect you, right?
Oh yeah,
they have to. If
you know how to play guitar, they have to respect you.
They have to respect you. And okay, speaking of which, you were in another band, Cobra Strike.
Yeah, Cobra Strike. So we're gonna have a show tomorrow. Damn, time goes by fast. We're gonna have a show tomorrow. That'll be our last one, and then we're gonna go on a long hiatus due to some personal stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give it our all, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. Maybe if you guys, go hard enough in that show and that show goes good enough, maybe it'll be like a movie or like a Disney movie or something, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys will go backstage and you'll be
Yeah,
like,
it'll be like a documentary or something.
well,
you know?
I was thinking that if it goes well enough, you guys will go backstage and all get together, put your arms around one another and be like, you know what, guys, you know what? Let's keep doing this thing. Let's not break up. Do you think there's a chance of that?
I wish, man.
You don't think that there is? You don't think it's likely?
I mean, we're not like breaking up. We're just
Yeah.
going on a break,
Yeah. Usually, like, in terms of relation, have you ever like been dating a girl and one of you guys is like, hey, we should go on a break, but usually what it means is like, hey, I'm about to go start talking to other people?
No, not me.
No. Okay. Yeah.
How about you?
No, never. This has never happened to me. Okay, so let's see here. There was a story about a drunk blonde chick.
Oh yeah, a drunk blonde chick. We were playing in Beaumont, and she was like all fucked up.
You don't have to give like too many details where.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay,
But like,
okay, I got you.
she was she was rubbing herself on me, and she was rubbing herself on our guitar's vocalist's dad while he was setting up our merch. And he was pulling the vocalist guitar's hair like constantly, and it got to a point where he just got mad. And as time went on, we played our set, and then my friends in Swellen played their set, and then they had a band called Titano play their set, and that was when she got thrown out of the place. The sound lady who was helping us was also a bouncer. And so she had the ability of taking her arms and just not hurting her, but restraining her, and then just pushing her out of the venue. She came up to her. She was like, "I'm security. I'm going to get you out. Hold on a second."
Have you ever gotten thrown out of a venue or a bar or anything like
that? No, I almost did. It was at the adolescent show at Warehouse Live. I was with my two friends. I was 21. And she was still in high school at the time, right?
Yeah, keep going.
And her friend gave me cash. He's like, "Hey, you give me a beer." And at the time, I was 21.
Yeah.
So when I was with my friends who were under my age, I would buy beer for them at the venue. Nothing would happen. And then one time, it was like an open space where everybody can see me, right? I got a beer, and then I gave it to my friend, and then we got escorted out of the venue immediately after that. And then the manager came out and said, "You can come back in, but they have to stay out." And they were about to get the cops, but her and her friend ran away somehow, and they were waiting for me to come out of the venue to pick me up and then take me back to my grandpa's apartment where I was staying at. And I was like, "Okay, yep, never again."
Casey's gotten thrown out of a fine establishment before. It was a bar. It was a club.
Oh, and I think he told me that.
Where somebody handed him a drink. They're like, "Hey, can you hold on to this?" And then he wasn't wearing the wristband or whatever it was. And then a guy walked up to him and he said, "Shoop," and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna walk you out."
Oh yeah, that's what.
We don't have to say the establishment because
yeah.
They might try to sue. They might try to sue, and then
they'll
take my drum kit.
I'm gonna zip my mouth.
Yeah, they'll take my drum kit. They'll take your guitar. They'll take those spikes you got on.
They're gonna take everything.
They're gonna take
I had
damn
a dream
thing.
the other day where I lost my spikes, and I had a hard time looking for them.
Really? Did you end up finding them by the end of the dream?
No.
How'd you feel like when you were looking for them or they were lost?
I was terrified.
Really? Okay. So what? I suppose there's two different ways I could go here. I'm gonna ask one question. I'm gonna ask a follow up. What, I guess, do the spikes represent to you?
I just wanted a different look. It was like the Cobra Strike's third time playing at BFE Rock Club, and I was looking in my closet looking for some stuff to wear for the stage, and I was told to start wearing shorts on stage just to look cooler. And so I did, wore cargo shorts and my band t-shirts or whatever. And then I saw the spikes, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'd look cooler if I had these on. Let's see how it goes. And, I just wanted to be different than what most people do. Like the Bacon Bits guy on Instagram, people always ask him why he always has his cigar when he does the videos. And it's because, well, it's just to be a unique person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess, you want something to people get to know you for.
Definitely. I mean, remember whenever we were doing those shows and Eric would walk around with like the raccoon hat on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
So if people don't remember your name, you'll just say, "Oh, look, raccoon hat guy," or "Hey,
Spikes.
Oh yeah, it's Spikes."
Spike. What if people started calling you Spike around the scene? Would you?
Oh yeah, people call me that actually. My friend
Yeah.
who plays vocals in Midlife Anticrisis, he calls me Spikes.
Hell yeah. And so, okay, I was gonna ask, like, if we were to, because Brian Chippendale has his mask, you have your spikes. I feel like I have nothing whenever I'm just like looking like an idiot behind the drum kit. Well, what could we do for me? Like, what would you maybe recommend based on my look?
Maybe wear a tank top, like a black tank top.
Black tank top. Okay, yeah. I think I probably need to get bigger muscles or something before I rock a tank top.
You don't have to. I mean,
okay.
I don't have muscles and I wear tank tops.
Okay, solid. Okay, solid tank top. And cause
get some tattoos.
Nah, I ain't getting no tattoos. Hell no. Nah. It's funny. My parents wanted me to get tattoos whenever I was younger. Or no, that's sorry. That's the opposite. My parents did not want me to get tattoos, and I really wanted tattoos. I wanted to be completely head to toe covered in tattoos. And they said, if you get tattoos, we will not help you pay for your college. And I was like, Mom, Dad, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And now looking back, I'm so happy that they did that. Because I don't have any tattoos now, and I'm very happy I don't.
Oh,
but you don't have any tattoos, do you?
Nah. I have people encourage me to do something. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I heard they cause health problems.
Yeah, I suppose they could. I could totally see a situation where they would. I've heard that they cause employment problems.
I was watching the Osbournes, and Ozzy Osbourne said, "Hey, if you want my advice on tattoos, if you want to be somebody unique, just don't get tattoos. Just don't do it."
That's super based, actually. That's super based because everyone gets tattoos because they want to be unique, and then everyone has tattoos, and it's like, what's cool about that? And also, people get tattoos that are just goofy. I don't think most people have the same taste in tattoos that they have taste in like movies and like art, which is like just whack. So, I mean, better safe than sorry, in my opinion. That's my super punk rock opinion. But anyways, so already asked you those. The meaning of the spikes. What about eye patch? Maybe I could do an eye patch, or you do an eye patch.
I don't know about all that.
Okay, what if I did an eye patch? I don't think it would affect my playing at all. I usually play with
wear like a Viking helmet.
Arrgh.
Just get like a Viking helmet from the Renaissance Festival and wear it for the stage.
What if my stage name was something like Ragnar or something?
Ragnarok.
Yeah. What if we're gonna Ragnarok the house?
Yeah.
What if on stage like I go by the name Ragnar, and I'm like, hey guys, we're Blackmail Damage. My name is Ragnar. Playing guitar here to the left of me is Varg Vikernes.
The black metal vocalist from Berzoom.
Yeah, do you know the story about those guys?
Oh yeah, I used to listen to Mayhem when I was in high school.
Yeah, see, I don't really love their music.
I meant to rent that movie, the Lords of Chaos.
Lords of Chaos. I've seen it.
Have you? I need to watch it.
Yeah, apparently, real fans of the scene didn't like the movie because it wasn't true to real black metalheads.
Oh yeah, that's like the average reply when it comes to anything like that. When it comes to making movies, they try to make it realistic, but they don't want to make it too realistic. They just want to add a little pizzazz to it, so they'll come up with something fake or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, because I mean, believe it or not, real life a lot of times doesn't make for the perfect, movie script. And if you're trying to fit this story into 90 minutes, where the average audience is going to be interested in it, you gotta gotta
Just
adapt.
like,
stuff.
the Lord of the Rings movies. I heard a lot of it in the movies is not the same as the books.
Yeah, or like the Spider-Man movies. A lot of it doesn't really have anything to do with how Spider-Man acts in real life.
Oh yeah,
right. But yeah, Varg he killed his
he killed the guitarist
right.
of Mayhem.
Yeah, that's awful. That's terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
That's like just like honestly, you know how they say separate the art from the artist?
Yeah.
I usually say that, but to be honest, there's like some choice cases where I'm like, nah, that dude is so weird. I legitimately can't appreciate.
They take their art like way too serious or something like
that. Yeah.
Just like, when the vocalist shot himself with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And the guitarist wanted to put it on as a cover album.
Yeah, I mean, that gets to the point. I mean, that's just like straight up satanic. That's like some super. I mean,
and he made a necklace of
the body parts
bones, of his bones or whatever, and he gave one of them to the vocalist of Marduk, which is another black metal band.
Marduk.
It's like Marduk.
Yeah. You know what Marduk? You know what that initially comes from? Like what the name is from? I don't know if the band named themselves after this, but do you know what Marduk is in like mythology?
What is it?
I think it was related to Mesopotamian deities, and in their sort of pantheon of gods, Marduk was kind of like this hero deity that came along, and I want to say, oh my gosh, whatever their kind of like evil Satan type figure was coming along and was gonna destroy the world or something like that. And Marduk says to the other gods of the pantheon, essentially, if you lend me your power, then I will, Tiamat. I believe it's Tiamat. I could be totally. I'm going off memory here, but Tiamat is the Satan figure, and Marduk is supposed to be going up against Tiamat and defeating Tiamat. And the way Marduk supposedly does this in their mythology is that he is given power by all the other gods, and all the other gods make him like the king of the gods. And the thing that is unique about Marduk is that he has eyes all around his head. And I listened to like Jordan Peterson lectures before where he talks about how this is kind of a symbol of, because like in these ancient cultures, they would style their gods after whatever they felt was like valuable or like worth imitating in their society. And the concept of having a god that has eyes all around his head is kind of, he's able to focus on everything.
Oh yeah.
Because like in a person's life, if you're not able to focus, then you're not able to achieve anything. But if you're someone who has unlimited focus, then it becomes easy to see how a person like that would be able to overcome, difficult obstacles like a giant sea dragon. But anyways, aliens, you think they're real or not?
I don't know.
All right. Guys, this has been the Park Score Podcast. Thank you very much for watching, and stream the Blackmail damaged demos.
Yes, and we got shows coming up. We got some in Houston and Huntsville. We also got one in Austin in July. Playing with my good friends in Swellen, who I played shows with a couple times. You should also check them out. They got some good singles. And Parks has nothing to say.
Nope.
All right.
All right, cool.
Bro shake.